Hi,
Welcome back. Day 123 of reading through the Bible. I'm Eric,
I'm Linda.
and I dropped my book. And who read last?
It's my turn.
It's your turn, right?
And
Nadab.
Nadab, the son of Jeroboam, began to reign over Israel in the second year of Asa, king of Judah, and reigned over Israel 2 years. And he did evil in the sight of the Lord, and
Oh,
walked in
no.
the way of his father and his son, wherein he made Israel to sin. I don't get it.
Walked the way of his father and in his sin.
Oh, okay.
He did evil. Okay.
Okay, and
Baasha.
Baasha, son of Ahijah, of the house of Israel, conspired against him, and Baasha smote him in Gibbethon, which belonged to the Philistines. For Nadab and all Israel laid siege of Gibbethon. Even in the 3rd year of Asa, king of Judah, did Baasha slay him, and reign in his stead. And it came to pass, when he reigned, that he smote all the house of Jeroboam, and left not to Jeroboam any that breathed, until he had destroyed him, according unto the saying of the Lord, which he spake by his servant Ahijah the Shilonite. Because of the sins of Jeroboam which he sinned, and which he made Israel sin, by his provocation, wherein he provoked the Lord of Israel to anger. Verse 31.
Hmm?
Verse 31.
As for the other events of Nadab's reign, and all he did, are they not written in the book of the annals of the kings of Israel? There was war between Asa and Baasha, king of Israel, throughout their reigns. Baasha, king of Israel. In the 3rd year of Asa, king of Judah, Baasha, son of Ahijah, became king of all Israel in Tirzah, and he reigned 24 years. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord, walking in the ways of Jeroboam and in his son, which he had caused Israel to commit, and in his sin,
See, you do the same thing.
which he had caused Israel to commit. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I do it too.
And now, it's over to Luke. Oops, where's the book? Right here. Luke chapter 22, verses 21 to 46, or day 123.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We're reading verses what?
21 to 46.
But behold the hand of him that betrayeth me, and with me on the table. Now they're talking about the Last Supper last time we read. And Jesus is talking about
Luke chapter 22, right? Yeah, okay, okay, sorry.
And
Continue
truly
on.
the Son of Man goeth as he has determined, but woe to that man to whom he is betrayed. And they began to inquire among themselves, which of them it was that would do this thing. Verse 24.
Also dispute arose among them as to which of them was considered to be greatest. Jesus said to them, the kings of the Gentiles lord it over them, and those who exercise authority over them call themselves benefactors. But you are not to be like that. Instead, the greatest among you should be like the youngest, and the one who rules like the one who serves. For who is greater, the one who is at the table or the one who serves? Is it not the one who is at the table? But I am among you as one who serves. You are those who have stood by me in my trials, and I confer on you a kingdom, just as my Father conferred one on me, so that you may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and sit on thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Simon, Simon, Satan has asked to sift you as wheat, but I have prayed for you, Simon, that your faith may not fail. And when you have turned back, strengthen your brothers. But he replied, Lord, I am ready to go with you to prison and to death. Jesus answered, I tell you, Peter, before the rooster crows today, you will deny 3 times that you know me.
Saturday.
Yeah, verse 35.
And he said unto them, When I sent you without purse and without script and alone, shoes lacking ye anything, and shoes lacketh thee anything? So he's asking the question.
Right.
And they said nothing. And then he said unto them, But now he that hath a purse, let him take it, and likewise his script. And he that has no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. For I say unto you that this that is written must yet be accomplished in me. And he was reckoning among the transgressors, for the things concerning me have an end. And they said, Lord, behold, here are 2 swords. And he said unto them, It is enough. Verse 39.
Jesus prays on the Mount of Olives. Jesus went out as usual to the Mount of Olives, and his disciples followed him. On reaching the place, he said to them, Pray that you will not fall into temptation. He withdrew about a stone's throw beyond them, knelt down, and prayed, Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours be done. An angel from heaven appeared to him and strengthened him, and being in anguish he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was like drops of blood falling to the ground. When he rose from prayer and went back to the disciples, he found them asleep, exhausted from sorrow. Why are you sleeping? He asked them. Get up and pray, so that you will not fall into temptation. And that's the end of the reading for today.
Well, I hope I'm feeling better by tomorrow. When I
Yeah.
get a really bad headache, my eyes hurt, the light bothers me. I just,
I'll put her in a dark room.
yeah.
Maybe she's a mushroom.
I don't like the dark. I don't like the dark. I think what it is because I worked on the floor so hard on the weekend. And then yesterday when I was at the polling station, we weren't able to take breaks to eat or drink. And when I get dehydrated, I get really bad headaches and muscle aches. It's always been the way. And then I only ate one meal early today. And,
Shame on you.
you know, when I get busy, I forget. I don't seem to get thirsty or hungry.
Shame on you.
And then my body starts to ache because it's eating.
Do I have to call you from work and every 2 hours to say eat something?
No, I gotta learn to pace myself and nibble with Graze all day. So now I'm suffering because I've neglected my body.
And blame yourself for that.
That's right.
So, my girl, you better do better tomorrow.
I better do better tomorrow.
So we're going to close in prayer, and
I had a question.
oh,
You have time for me to have a question?
absolutely.
I was reading, you were reading, I was reading, and something jumped out and I want to talk about it.
What part were you reading? Yeah. In Luke?
Oh, it was about this, verse 25, yeah. He said unto them, The kings of the Gentiles exercise leadership over them, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors. And see, they were fighting with who should be great.
Yeah.
And he's talking about how it's hedonistic, basically, to want to have that position where you're ruling over, because the kings like tax the people and so forth, right? And they didn't rule over because they wanted to parent them or help them. They ruled over them. They fight over these kingdoms and rule over people because they want to increase their wealth, right? And so he didn't want them to have that attitude. But when you look at the history of many religions, it's not much different than the history of the kingdom of Israel. Well, there was people in power all through history, and often it was religious power.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at some of the religions today, that wealth of them, and I'm not going to name any, but there are some religious organizations which have a treasury like a country, and the people are we supposed to give tithes and alms and so forth, the scriptural, to benefit the poor, but it seems to be now more benefiting these large religious organizations. And I often wonder how different that is in the eyes of God. And Jesus says we're supposed to be like servant, have a servant attitude, going out and ministering to needs of others. That's the leadership he wants.
Well, it's interesting when you're talking about serving, the leaders need to be servers.
Mm-hmm.
We read back here yesterday or the day before, after Solomon died, his son Rehoboam, the people asked him to lighten the burden, and he asked the wise men, "What should I do?" And they said, "You serve the people, and they will serve you all their days." And he said, "Forget it." He basically went against that, and he went with the young advice, and the young advisors, his friends, his peers that he grew up with, I guess, they advised him to
people basically
be harder on the people than what they were, and the people just said,